I can see you. So I was like, what the fuck, you can see me? Like, why don't you just come over and say hi? We're supposed to be grabbing a drink together, going on a date. The pictures were from when he was like 15. It was not even the fact that he was a catfish that made him the worst date ever. It was the fact that like the conversation was insane. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm Lo and welcome back to another Fella Friday video. Every Friday I make a different type of video about a boy or fella that I've encountered in my dating life. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Today's Fella Friday is all about the catfish. So this is definitely an interesting experience. I've luckily only been catfished once, which luckily but yeah, it was definitely kind of a crazy experience, so I thought I'd share the story. So this story is from last summer, so summer 2019, and it was just, you know, a summer afternoon. I was sitting on the couch being bored. I was interning at the time, so didn't really like go out that much because I had to wake up early most mornings. But you know what, I was like just chilling on Tinder, you know me. So I'm on Tinder, I'm swiping, and I see this guy, and he's from New York, and I used to live there. So I was like, oh, kind of cool, but he's a tourist. He's only here for a couple days, and usually I like do not match with tourists. I don't know. For me, it's kind of like, it has a connotation that's like a one-night thing, and it's not really what I'm looking for or what I was looking for at the time. But yeah, I decided, you know, he's from New York. We might have some like connections or funny stories. Like, let's just swipe, and we matched. So me and this guy matched, and we started talking like right away, and he was like, hey, yeah, like I'm here with friends. We just graduated college, or we just graduated grad school. I don't really remember what he was doing. And I was like, oh, okay, that's so cool. And he's like, yeah, you should come grab a drink with me. And I was like, oh, like want your friends mind? He's like, no, like they'll go off and do something, like you and I can grab a drink. So it's like, what about in like 2 hours meet at the center? And usually I'm not like this, but I guess I was bored, and like I said, it was just like a random summer night. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna meet up with this guy. So I bike over to Leidseplein, which is like this major kind of like touristy square in Amsterdam, and we said we would meet there. Okay, so basically I like was standing at the square, and I ended up texting him like, hey, like I'm in front of the Bulldog, I'm wearing a white blouse, where are you? Just so he could like find me easily. And I get a text back on Tinder from him that says, yeah, I can see you. So I was like, what the fuck, you can see me? Like, why don't you just come over and say hi? We're supposed to be grabbing a drink together, going on a date. So this guy walks up to me. Okay, not even a guy. This was a man, like a full-blown, like, he looked like he was about 35, man. And he's like, yeah, hi, I'm your date. I was like, what? Like, this is not his pictures. Like, in his pictures, he was extremely fit and, like, really, like, good looking and just, like, sporty. And, okay, I really don't want to be rude because, honestly, I am someone who, like, does not really have a preference for guys, and I will totally date like a bunch of different type of guys, but I don't like the idea that you're like lying about who you are. And it has nothing to do with the fact that I like didn't find him attractive. Like I didn't, but that wasn't really like the major problem. But okay, the guy in front of me was, like I said, he looked about 10 years older than his pictures. He looked about 30 kilos heavier than his pictures. He had a really long beard, long hair. In his pictures he had like short athletic hair, like shaven face. Like he didn't even have like a beard yet, because probably the pictures were from when he was like 15. So I was like, who are you? Except I didn't say that because I hate confrontation. So I was like way too afraid to confront this guy. So I asked him like, hey, like, okay, like, should we go sit down, grab a drink? He's like, no, you have to show me around. Let's go for a walk. So we're like walking. It's the middle of the summer in Amsterdam. We had like a heat wave last summer. It is so hot. And this guy's like sweating profusely. And he is like getting super tired. Like after every, you have like a bunch of little bridges on the canals in Amsterdam. So like after every bridge, he's like, like waiting a couple, like literally a minute until we could keep going. So I'm like, oh my god, this is so awkward. But I was like, look, you know, obviously he's insecure, he's using old pictures. Let me like not be a bitch. Let me give this guy a chance. Plus, I hate confrontation. But when I tell you that it was not even the fact that he was a catfish that made him the worst date ever, it was the fact that like the conversation was insane. So he was there with friends. They all were like having dinner or something, and he was like, yeah, do you know like the best place in the red light district The red light district, if you guys don't know, in Amsterdam is the area where you can go legally visit a prostitute. He's like, yeah, do you know if there's a place in the red light district where me and my buddies can get a erotic massage? Like, do you have any tips for that? Tips for an erotic massage place? And I was like, excuse me? Like, no. I mean, good for you if you want to go get your erotic massage on, but I do not have tips for you. And he just kept talking about the red light district. He's like, yeah, we're gonna go to like this strip club and like see this, and like I'm not gonna visit a hooker, but like my friends, like they, or sorry, prostitute, hooker is not really a nice word. My friends are gonna go visit a prostitute. And I was like, you're on a date, why are you talking about prostitutes? So I think after like half an hour of walking around, we finally like circle back to Leidseplein, and I'm like, okay, let's just sit down and grab a drink. So we both order a beer, and he is like non-stop talking, but like not asking me anything, not saying anything about like his life really. Like it was all kind of about his trip and about Amsterdam, and but like nothing, like I said, there was like zero chemistry. Not even the fact that he was a catfish, just like his personality, like there was zero chemistry. So at a certain point I'm like, I need to get out of this date, and little old Lo, who hates confrontation, I really need to learn, decides to text a friend. And I was like, hey, you need to call me and like cry on the phone and act like you're going through a breakup so I can leave this date. So one of my best friends, shout out to you, she calls me and she is like freaking out on the phone. She's like, oh, my boyfriend broke up with me. And like, it's like, I have vodka and I'm like all alone. And I'm like trying to like let him hear, like, oh my God, babe, I'm so sorry. Like, I'll come over right now. So obviously this guy's like not buying it because I'm not an actress. So I'm like, yeah, like, I'm really sorry. I really have to go. Like, my friend, like, she's going through a breakup. She needs me. And he's like looking at me like, okay. But you know, what is he gonna say? I could have just spit back like, you're a catfish. So I like get up to go. I think I paid because I was like, I need to get out of here. Like, I don't want him to think anything of it. So we like get up, and he literally like holds my face and tries to kiss me. So I like pull back. I'm like, whoa, like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, sorry, I thought there was a vibe. You thought there was a vibe? You catfished me. You talked about prostitutes all night, did not ask me one question about myself, and you tried to kiss me. Literally, I don't think I've ever gotten out of a place that fast. Like, I literally like ran to my bike, got on my bike, biked home. And I was like, that's what happens when I try to be spontaneous and have like a fun little Tinder date. Later, I even like compared pictures with friends because I like ended up stalking him completely because I wanted to like see, you know, old pictures of him and be like, were you using pictures from like 10 years ago? And he was using pictures from like high school. And I think now he was like end of grad school, which like, again, no shame. Like, I would totally date a guy with completely different body types. I am definitely not a size 0. So, you know, there's like no shame in that. But the fact that like you went in with different pictures that really don't look like you anymore, like now that you have like a beard and everything as well, like it's just, I don't know, you're setting yourself up to get hurt, because I think a lot of girls would be like, I'm sorry, you don't look like your pictures, bye. But yeah, at the end of the day, I feel kind of bad for him because he was obviously like insecure, but also I don't really feel bad for him because even though he catfished, he didn't even have a good personality. Kind of a random story. I guess I can cross off my bucket list that I've gotten catfished. But yeah, I mean, it was an interesting experience, I guess. Hope my dates have gotten better since then. Not really. No, I'm kidding. I've had a lot more good dates since then as well. But yeah, I just thought I'd share with you guys. Honestly, if you ever get into that type of situation, I would just be honest and say, look, like, you really don't look like your pictures. And then if you want to go on a date, but at least like get out in the open, because for me it was just so awkward to say. And don't catfish people, don't be an asshole. Like, just use pictures of yourself. Even if you're not confident with the way you look, there's always gonna be at least one person who is interested in you. Like, there's 7 billion people in the world, you're gonna find your person. That's my advice for this Friday afternoon. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Let me know if you've been catfished. Leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys again soon with a new video. Bye!